What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another
Trailer Park Podcast.
Hello. And today, we are with the beloved Josh, good friend of ours, known him for a very, very long time.
Finally, I'm on it. I've never missed him, and I'm finally on it.
On the podcast, finally.
You're on it.
We've been talking about it for a while. We finally got you on it. And if you see, we're in the beautiful outdoors in the front yard.
First time.
First time outdoors, first time you're on the podcast. Today we did a beautiful...
It's a world of firsts. We did a whole hydro dipping
dipping. Did you see the thumbnail?
Yeah, dude.
Did you like that?
Yeah, it was pretty sick. The like water droplets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought that was appropriate. So how have you been these days, Josh?
Oh, the beginning of the year is kind of shaky, but it's probably shaky for everybody with what's going on. Everybody should be aware, the coronavirus.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Other than that, really, I mean, I've been, 2019 was the year I turned 21. Granted, I was only 21 for 3 months out of it, but I can't remember those 3 months. I was having a good time.
That's a beautiful thing.
Been to 3 or 4 concerts.
Have you?
And a handful of camping trips. Haven't left the state yet, which is surprising.
I haven't left the state yet.
I think I'd just end up driving to the state. Out of state. What are you doing?
What was that?
I don't know. Telling everybody to call me.
Yeah.
Well, your phone number's not on there.
No, I know.
Your Snapchat is. All right, so let's go ahead and dive just head first into this, Josh. So Josh has written a very good variety of topics.
Yeah, like a whole spiral notebook page just full of stuff.
So what's something that you want to start with?
Where to start? I would say we could start with the definition of squaw.
What is the definition
Squaw
of squaw?
is back in the day. What was it? Time moss. Me and Dylan had this phrase, squaw. We use it to find each other, to say hi, to just make each other smile. And I went into Urban Dictionary one day, and I saw the definition for squaw was what's that one-eyed rapper? What's his name?
Fetty Wap.
Fetty Wap. Yeah, Fetty Wap. He was the top definition, and I'm like, that's just unacceptable. So I changed it to, I could pull up the definition. It's something along the lines of finding somebody in a big box store.
Box store?
Yeah, but if you look it up, it's my PSN. My PSN code is
really
on there. Yeah. It's squaw, a word that was created to find another person inside of a Walmart or big box store. Hey Jeremy, where's your friend at? Squaw! He's in the frozen food section.
You wrote that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You did years ago.
Yeah, it's the top one when you look up squaw.
Yeah, you still hit me with a squaw, and I'm
why
like,
you would look that up, I do not know, but it's there.
I'd like to point out real quick, I'm thinking of this. A couple of these podcasts, my shirts are riding, dude.
I know.
I'm riding. I finally sold some things. I finally was able to afford a bigger shirt. So I apologize for Daddy Belly Boy popping out and riding us. What are you doing?
We have more freedom. I'm enjoying my freedom.
It's going to suck when that freedom falls back on those bikes.
I know.
And you bust your head open.
That'd be the most painful one. I was worried about falling over. But yeah, you just went and sold an RC car before this.
Yes, I did.
It was you texted me something really confusing.
I'm not confined to a little room.
It was weird. You texted me and said, I'm gonna rob this guy, and I was like, you won't. I was like, you won't. And then you're like, I got the RC car and the money, and I'm like, did you really rob him?
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
I let it marinate for a little bit. I didn't text you back.
Where did you sell it?
Over by Bandamere at that Circle K off C470. He was a really nice guy, older guy.
Did you shake his hand?
No.
Thank God.
God, no.
Thank God. I didn't bring my Santy. I don't have my sanitizy.
I'd have to run to my car.
Okay, and then we were talking about this earlier, Josh. I really, really, really want to get into this. Okay? When we were young and dumb and you got your first car, you came and you picked me up from school.
I have the video
and
pictures.
It wasn't your fault.
No.
I'll give it that. I mean, it
absolutely was.
You ran over a fucking tree.
Why they put that tree there, I don't know.
That was a dumb place to put a tree. So, do you want to tell the story or do you want me to?
I remember bits of it. I remember it was something to do with sweet tea.
It was yesterday.
It
was Sprite.
It was a Sprite? Oh, it was your Sprite.
Coke.
I think it was it was
my Sprite or Tim's Sprite.
Somebody's large soda that definitely shouldn't have been in that cup holder. We were pulling out of McDonald's and Leadfoot, me being Leadfoot, I just whipped around this corner.
Around the corner.
And I came into the inside lane and the drink spilled over and I was like, fuck, I don't want sticky soda all over my car.
You just bought this car.
Yeah. So I reach over to grab it, and as I'm grabbing it, I have my eye on my steering wheel, and I'm steering this way, and I look up, and this motherfucker's just like, tree! And I look up in time just to see this 12-foot tree go right underneath my car.
I mean, it wasn't like a tree like that. I mean,
it was a good like big old tree, you know.
And all I remember was a tree, and then poof, dude. And we look up, and you're like, oh fuck, and I'm like, go. And dude, that fucking Jeep just ramped right over that tree.
12-foot tree. Jeep just went right over it, busted a radiator hose, and that was it.
Funny.
We had somebody tailing us, taking a video of my license plate.
And I was like, dude, when you get home, take that temp tag off.
I had temp tags. I took the temp tags home, made my mom move her car out of the driveway so I could park further in so she could block me whenever she was home. I was so scared that I was going to go to prison for a fucking tree.
Dude, you obliterated that tree. They replaced it now.
Did they?
They're not
I
even
thought they
there
just
anymore.
got rid of them.
Yeah, they're not even
Well,
there.
I thought they replaced it.
I think they
remember
did.
they replaced it, but
something.
then it didn't grow.
But yeah, dude, that's probably the worst car accident I've been in.
That shit was fucking funny. I was like, go.
Yeah,
and then you what?
Yeah, dude, I didn't think that thing had zip.
McDonald's. I don't know how to spell it. Don't make fun of me.
That thing,
that thing
bombed right over that.
I can't find it. But
I was like, I think I messaged Dylan afterwards too, and was like, you need to go to McDonald's and see this tree that I just hit.
Yeah, because I can't find it. But it was a pretty sizable tree. It was a respectable tree.
Definitely like about the size of a basketball hoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking funny.
That was fucked, dude. I was shaking for a while after that.
I thought it was great.
Ooh, one thing. I definitely want to talk about this.
Okay.
I feel like I don't have anybody to talk about this to, so I'm just going to let this be public.
Okay.
I've probably been smoking weed on and off for 5 years.
Okay.
Back when I really shouldn't have been. So don't do that, kids. Don't do like I did. You'll be dumb.
We did a lot of that.
Yeah. Never greened out. Never got to the point where I got sick.
I did.
You did a few times.
Multiple times.
The first time I greened out, I was coming off a year tolerance break, and I was talking about smoking somebody under a table. And I was like, I could smoke you under a table any day. And then he gave me the fattest dab of my life. And I was sitting at this guy's bar for like what felt like an hour and a half, but it was literally like 20 minutes. And I swear I could feel every like organ in my body doing its thing. Like I could feel my heartbeat, my lungs breathing, my stomach, digesting.
That's crazy.
And it just kind of was like in my head with it. And they made me come sit down on the couch, and I stood up, and I was like, nope, this is it. I sat down, and this is where it just goes way south. I ended up covering my mouth, spewed puke on the people next to me, got it all on the couch, all on the floor of Justin's house. Went running into the bathroom where my buddy Billy was like in the middle of taking a piss.
Oh,
he was just unzipping his pants and like whipping his dick out. And I just busted in and like a freaking bull just pushed him out of the way, and he's just at the other corner of the wall just like what is happening? And I'm just over here chunking. And at the end, it was not to gross anybody out, but at the end I just looked up at him and I was like, that didn't feel good. And I looked at my hat, because I took my hat off. I don't know why. I took my hat off and I looked at my hat, and there was just this puddle of just puke in my hat. And I just looked at him, just straight face, just looked at him and just dumped it out. And that was it. I left.
I found the tree.
Got the tree.
Here's the tree.
Yep.
Let's see. There's the tree. You can see it bent over right there.
Yeah, we drove right the fuck over
I've
that
got
thing.
at least
right there.
one confirmed kill on a tree.
Your KD's even. Yep, right there.
Yeah, that was...
R.I.P. that tree that aren't even there anymore. They're not even there.
Dylan, I'm curious.
I'm getting eaten alive.
What happened the first time you smoked pot?
What
happened the first time you smoked
I don't want to talk about
It was
it.
before I met you.
Well, because see, okay, Indica, I was normal. Fine. We actually went to Tiny Town. The first time I remember getting fucking zooted,
Just bleached out of your
Captain
mind.
Gonzo?
like this. Like, you could be talking to me, and I'd be like, Captain A.L. Gonzo.
Yeah, you were
Anyway, we went to Tiny Town, and all I remember from that drive, to be honest, is if this was a window, I was looking out the window like this, and just watching the trees go by on the way to Tiny Town, because it's up the mountains, and I was just like this.
Yep. I've been
And
there.
then now, the time that stopped me from smoking weed. But thank you, Father Sativa.
I was there. Yeah.
My father has been doing it a very long time.
Very long time. Huge
It's
advocate.
very strong. It's very, very strong. His stuff is very strong.
If it doesn't put you to sleep, you don't want to.
You don't want it. And that was sativa, and that was the first time I had sativa. And it makes you feel like it's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Just moving.
Like, it's crazy. So, like, it's a different world. The two are completely different. Like, it's amazing how different they are, right? One of them's just a couch, and you're just
dead.
Which is weird, though,
right.
because,
The other
And
one's
the other
like,
one makes you feel like you're
yeah.
on speed.
yeah, which is weird, because, like, after a while, they just kind of blend together, and it's kind of
Yeah,
high.
I see.
You're just
once,
kind of high.
once I was
Well,
smoking, dude,
not
it
me.
wasn't different. It was.
yeah,
it
it's
was
just
not
like,
me.
I
now
no,
there's a
like-
huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, right? Okay, so I'm doing it. I did it. And I have ADHD, autism,
All
long
this
story.
stuff.
All the shit that makes you super, super hyper. And when you're on speed, it just...
yeah,
you're just
skyrockets.
Elon Musk into the moon.
Well, I remember, dude, you were smoking out of a Broncos helmet pipe.
Oh, no
And
way.
then-
I don't remember that.
He
I
was
was
smoking.
freaking out.
I was there, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, he's smoking pot." And he fucking rips this Broncos helmet pipe, and then he's like, he's like, "I can't feel my fucking hands." I
Yeah,
could tell he was
yeah,
starting to
dude.
freak out.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Dylan, this one, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was huge."
Yeah.
And I had my Xbox.
I
and was
couldn't
like-
feel my
I was like, "Dylan, let's
hands,
go
man."
play COD." And he sits down, he's playing COD, and he's like, ass. He's complete
It's
ass.
like the only
And I'm
time-
normally
time
good
you
at Call
beat
of
it.
Duty.
Very
Like,
good,
normally
yeah.
I'm really good at Call of Duty. and it's
complete
just-
ass, dude.
FPSs, though, you're
I
good at.
I know, I couldn't feel my fucking
And then
hand.
he hands me the controller. He's like, I can't play, dude.
And I
can't
start
feel my
pulling
hands."
I start pacing.
He
Yeah, he
paces,
does the
and then he
little
comes and I'm
nervous
playing.
thing.
So I'm like, all right, if he's gonna be a bitch, I'm gonna play. And I'm playing COD, right? And then Dylan comes up to me and he grabs my arm and he's like, I really can't feel anything, dude.
I was numb from the neck
Dylan is not known for being touchy.
I'm not a touchy
close
guy.
lovey, and he's on me.
And a little bit after I started, I can't feel anything. I went and cuddled with Dad.
Yeah, and then
And
like,
I've
cause I'm
never
like,
cuddled with
I'm
my
like, all right, this kid's
weird,
a pussy.
dude.
Like, I understood what he was coming from. This kid's a fucking pussy. And then I go do whatever I gotta do. And then Dylan goes and cuddles with Dad. I've been there before.
I remember when it like,
I'm gonna throw out a no homo real quick.
yeah, no homo. I remember when it like kicked in. I was making cereal.
Dude,
I was making cereal
I feel
with
like
the
I'm in a
keys.
movie sometimes. When
Yeah,
I do this shit.
I was making cereal, and it was just like, woof. And it was like you were talking about in your fucking one story where you went into another dimension.
Yeah.
That's what it was like. It
Well,
was just like
dude, there was one time I was starting to slow down and smoke a pot, and this was right before I went to school in the morning. I was like, I'm gonna roll a fucking blunt before I go to school.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
rolling a blunt, and I'm trying to get a good Snapchat of me smoking this blunt. I cannot get a
course
good
the fuck you
Snapchat to
are.
save my
You
life.
just
I
No,
smoked
you
this
can't.
whole
Chiefing.
blunt trying to get a good Snapchat.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh fuck, I smoked the whole blunt. I'm like, whatever, I'm cool. I go
Oh,
in there
no,
to
no.
make a grilled cheese sandwich, and I am
just
fucking gone, and everything's like just boom. It's a movie, dude. Fucking, I'm sitting here trying to. I'm like, Dad, dude, I cannot go to fucking school right now, dude.
Oh,
I'm
shit, dude.
baked, and Dad had to make me soup, and I was so high, dude, I couldn't eat, but I had to.
I've been there, yeah.
It was fucking. Remember that time I put my fucking that thing
Your
in the
hash
fridge?
pin in the fridge, yeah.
I was
dude.
like, dude.
We were. I remember
dude,
exactly
hey.
what we were smoking to. We were smoking that like Afghani hash plant or something like
Yeah,
that.
dude, fucking
and we
bomb
took a
ass.
couple of hits off the dab pen, and you put it in the fridge, and we found it like an hour later.
Yeah, I put it on the
And
fridge on accident. I don't even know.
we laughed like, or we like
Dude,
belly
it's-
laughed for like a good 10 minutes about it.
We had a lot of fun back then, dude. Just smoke pot.
Going back from there, man, it's like I feel like we've leveled up since then from just smoking weed. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
not like doing hard drugs, but alcohol.
not a
I'm
drinker.
21. I can
I'm
get
not a
beer, and
drinker.
I've
I'm not 21. I
I'm
will
a
not,
good kid.
I will not confirm or deny that I have indulged in an alcoholic beverage.
I'm not one to say, but I've got some pretty good drunk stories from like the past 6 months that I've been drinking.
I think one of the last drunk stories I had, I fucking kicked the keys in the fucking mouth on accident. I have the video.
I think I remember
It
you
was,
showing me that.
it was 4th of July, and the keys literally blacked out on these stairs. I have video. Literally blacked out on these stairs, and I was trying to go help him, and I slipped, and my
remember
fucking
that.
foot connected with his chin.
I was
and
fucking
thought
hammered myself.
I thought that I
Yup.
killed him.
Yep. One of my most notable drunk stories, I would say, is probably New Year's Eve. 2020 New Year's Eve. That was a crazy night. I ended up getting in a fight. I pranced around the yard, fell a bunch, tried to play Mario Kart, and it just wasn't working out. Like I was
You
blacked
is that that video
out.
you showed me where you fell?
Yeah. So
Oh my God, you ate
So,
shit.
I guess when I'm drunk enough, there's this thing that comes down to me. It's called the party train, and the party train don't stop. The party train, it has no brakes. I tried to tell it to everybody I showed the video to, is that the party train has no brakes. The party train only gets derailed. And that's exactly what happened in the video. I go prancing around somebody's backyard. I could send it to him and he could clip it in.
God, that is fucking funny. Yeah,
I'm prancing around the yard just going like this, like, crazy train, don't stop, crazy train, don't stop. And I roll up, I see my buddies, like, Snapchatting me or something. And I'm just like, I was like, party train, don't stop. And I go to take a step and just...
boom, dude.
Hit the pavement. And hit the pavement, and I immediately got back up, went in the house, and kept partying.
Gosh, dude, that is fucking hilarious.
That night, my buddy, we've lit off mortars before. We've got some good mortar stories.
Me and Tim would make bombs out of mortars.
So, with mortars, you have the mortar shell, which is the firework, and then you have the mortar tube, which sends the firework up. My buddy Tyler thought it was a good idea that, hey, you just need to light the freaking mortar. You don't need a tube. You just light it and it goes up. He did that, and he scorched like 12 cars on the street.
It's amazing how they don't go up at all without that tube.
Yeah, no, they really don't. I can attest to that. We've put them in wrong size tubes and had them blow up an inch from our face.
Me and Tim would take ounce containers, dude. Full ounce containers. And we'd take like 50 of them fucking things.
No.
And empty them in the ounce container, drill a hole in the top, take a fuse out of one of them, pop it in there, and we'd light it and throw that shit, dude. Talk about... oh, fuck, dude, it's like a... you throw that... somebody gets hit by that, dude, they're balling a leg off.
Yeah.
Dude, we would light up fucking... I have videos of that shit, dude. Fucking...
Wasn't there... I think it was with Dylan when this happened. I don't remember who all I was with. But... you remember when we lit that mortar off in, like, the dead of winter in the middle of the pond down here at the dog park? And as we lit it off, we saw flashing lights at the other end of the park, and everybody split.
It was me, you, and Stone.
Yeah, we all split.
Yeah, the cop was sitting at the other end of the park. We went to the lake, thought it'd be, safer to go over water. And then as soon as that fucker went, on the other side of the park, there's only 2 ways into that motherfucking park with, cars, not 3 ways.
Yeah.
There, yeah. And he was on one of them, so we booked it to the opposite one. And he never got me.
Back to the trailer park. And I think we came in hidden Leonard's place.
You guys have any good running from the cop stories?
No.
Oh, dude, I've got a couple from high school.
I've never ran from the police.
We'll have to tell that.
Contrary to the belief.
I ran from the
we'll have to
cops
tell
on a
that
moped in downtown Denver.
I told the Pokemon story once, but
there's no harm in telling it again. But me running from the cops, there was one day I would ditch class to go and do things out in the ditch past the high school. And the resource officer watched us do this one day. And we're just back there, doing our thing, hanging out, having a good time, getting all ching-changed up.
Ching-chang.
And the resource officer rolls up and is like, "What are you doing back there?" And we're like, "Oh, whatever." We start walking down the ditch, the resource officer's not going to find us. Sure enough, they called another deputy. They were patrolling around the neighborhood looking for us. And that resource officer, mind you, he's like 200 plus pounds, just reaches this fence like it's nothing and just starts chasing us down this ditch. And I ran all the way up Tabletop, came down all across Tabletop, down Quaker Street, just to get back to my house. I was running from the cops for like an hour.
Well, one time I was in Denver with Levi, and Levi had a GoPed. It wasn't a moped, it was a GoPed. It was like a motorized scooter.
Those stupid fucking
his
things.
Was fucking...
dude, those things were crazy.
Dude, his thing...
I hated those things.
Dude, his was fucking pimped out. This thing was 60 plus, bro. And I'm in downtown Denver on it, flying up and down fucking the heart of Denver. And
16th Street?
Yeah, just 16th Street.
But it wasn't 16th Street.
That's the heart of Denver.
You can't really get... it was close. It was in that general area.
5 points.
And fucking, I'm
so
mobbing, dude, flying down a sidewalk, and a cop pulls out of an alley, and fucking, so I dip off the sidewalk. It was a crazy story, but long story short, I dip off the fucking sidewalk, dude. I'm mobbing with a fucking cop chasing me. Levi was at the light rail station already. I'm mob across the bridge, dude, getting the elevator, mob down, and we fucking get back to the light rail station. I get in the light rail, and the cops pulled up right as that bitch was pulling away.
Oh, dude.
And never saw him.
Smooth.
Never saw him again. Remember that time I was on, me and you were like, let's go to the church and smoke a plant. And we were like,
oh,
fuck
dude,
yeah,
yes.
dude. And I was on my GoPed. And me and you're on your longboard, dude. You're on your longboard fucking mobbing. And I'm on my GoPed. And I hit that fucking pothole. And, dude, I remember
you were a trooper, though.
Dude, I was baked, bro. I was ripped. Ripping. And next thing, I'm up. Next thing I know,
dude,
boom.
Like, I mean, we don't really think about it. I don't really think about my longboard anymore, but I was like, I'm like, oh, I'm going like 10, 15. No, we were
You
going
would
like
fly.
20, dude.
Dude, you would fly, bro.
But we rolled up to the church, and like, God bless our souls, that was a stupid thing to do. Just smoking, doing drugs at the church. That's terrible.
Marijuana.
Well, yeah, but still, we just sat up against the church window and just blazed, and then we
Smoked
watched
a
like
fatty
I
butt.
think 2 or 3 cops roll by.
Oh, what?
A fatty butt.
Oh, I think you said fatty butt.
Yeah, we smoked a fatty butt.
No, there was no cops. I mean, there was cops around, but there was no cops involved.
They were just driving
Yeah,
past.
and then, dude, I remember I was cooking, dude, and you were right next to me. We were like,
Dude, I remember that.
Dude, huge smile on my face, and next thing I know,
yeah,
I hit the concrete.
Yeah,
I hear
it's
my
like-
moped go, wee, boom, boom.
yeah. So like there was this like rough patch in the floor
In the road.
Yeah, in the road, and I knew that road pretty good, but I didn't know about that hole.
So did I. I knew it great.
Yeah,
and
and we're just mobbing past, and I try to go past there because it's a cemetery, and I'm like, cemetery at night, that's creepy. I'm trying to get past.
Fuck that, yeah.
So I was going past as fast as I could, and next thing I know, I just look over and I just see just this big, gigantic body just going, and then and all I hear is just, oh, doosh. I'm like,
And I remember getting up being like, what did I hit? What the fuck did I hit? What did I hit? Because it was one moment up, next moment down.
dude,
And
yes.
dude, my GoPed never ran the same after that.
No.
I got up, my fucking face was all fucked up, dude. I've never eaten shit like that.
Yeah, your face was messed up for
I
a while.
fucked myself up after that, dude.
See, Dylan's had I don't think I've ever known you've messed up your face in any way, huh?
I've fallen a lot.
I've
He
been,
doesn't fuck up his face. He fucks up everything from his waist down.
I know of 2 knee things that happened. I remember that disgusting.
From the waist up, stays perfect and pretty. From
Dude.
the waist down, man, whoo!
So do you
Like,
remember?
look, this is from just pedaling. That's
yeah,
not,
yeah,
I didn't
he's
even
got
do
a-
anything.
Yeah, like a fucking 4-inch bruise. Remember when that we had that empty lot over here and we were trying to do varial flips for like an hour, and you came in and you flicked it and you came down on your board, it flicked back and hit your knee and you had that like disgusting
Yep.
growth on your knee.
Yeah, there was also
Oh
the
my
same time
God.
we were hanging out. I have the picture. I can find it. I had fucking razor tail, and I slit
dude,
the
it went, like,
fucking
up.
back of my leg wide the fuck
I remember
open.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I slit the back. I don't know if I can find it on Google.
I'll never
but
forget the time that you fucking
I've done
blocked
so
that
much
sign
shit.
with your arm that almost, wasn't it Trinity that
I
almost
saved
fell off?
I saved a woman's life. It was Kylie.
Kylie?
Kylie, if you're watching this, I saved your fucking life.
Dude, that fucking sign, and you went, I remember,
I have a scar,
you
yeah.
went boof, dude, and it fucking
Back
slit
when
Wait,
I,
wait,
okay,
shit.
right
Oh,
back
yeah.
when I was a kid,
It
I
was
had
a
a lot.
mouse.
I had a
Still
lot.
time.
I had a lot of girls that would stay the night. Right? Because my parents were cool, kind of.
Player.
No, but I was I had one here, and I knew that when I was gonna pull up the blanket, that there was a metal sign right above her head, and I pulled the blanket back. My elbow bumped the drywall, and the metal sign came crashing down. Fuck, I don't remember which arm it's on. I can't even see it. Which arm is it on? What the fuck? Where did it go? Where's my
right
scar?
I was
there.
gonna say, yeah, scars fade.
Other
dude.
side.
No, it's right here. Yeah, it's right here. Look.
Oh
You're
yeah,
not gonna be
yeah.
able to see it. It's right here.
I've got a couple.
Where is it?
Scars.
You split
I
your
fucking
shit
lost
open.
it. Yeah, right here. You're probably not gonna be able to see it, but yeah, see. Oh yeah, you can see it. That line right there. It was a huge metal sign, and it came to a point. It was kind of like a yield sign,
Ooh.
and
And you went,
instead of going into her fucking forehead, it went into my arm, and we didn't have
Yeah.
any band-aids or
Did
stitches
you
or none of
just
that.
super glue it or something?
We super glued it, and then I just wrapped it with toilet paper.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a pretty.
Shit, man. What
That
other-
was pretty fucking gnarly. I
What
fucked
other crazy
myself up
things?
so much.
You know what's crazy? Mobbing down that fucking mesa on our bikes.
Dude, yeah.
That
It's-
shit got crazy.
I mean,
We
it was-
went to the extreme with that shit.
There was definitely an established trail we could ride our bikes on. I mean, I've seen people ride their bikes down it all the time, but just the effort we went to get to the point where we rode our bikes for like maybe 10 minutes. We went to like the hardest, worst trail that we could and put our bikes up and held them like over our heads behind our backs
and walked about.
and walked up this trail where we had like we could barely fit. There were so many bushes, our shit was getting caught, and we went probably a good 200 foot straight up in like 15 minutes.
Dude, we fucking always up and down, up and down. What happened? Did you still have that bike?
No, I actually don't.
What happened?
Get rid of them. Just
That sucks.
yeah, I think we just
That bike
fucking-
had been through fucking
hell.
hell.
That what was it like an old like iron horse or something?
I don't
like that?
remember, dude. That was a nice. It was gray. And dude, we would fucking dude, we would go on like fucking 40 miles an hour down the side of the mountain, jumping it.
Yeah.
Boof, dude. In big wheel mobbing.
Yeah, dude.
It'd take us forever to get up there, and we'd ride down it in seconds, dude. Fucking flying.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Tunnel vision.
That's like nothing compared to like hills in my life have been prevalent, and me going down hills with something with wheels has been a part of my life for a while. Longboarding for, ever since like 2016 to now, really.
Okay.
Riding a bike down the mesa. I used to ride red wagons down hills. Those like little metal red wagons.
Yes.
I'd ride those down hills.
I rode that fucking. Do you remember when I rode that red fucking? What was that little truck fucking?
I don't know. You think about it. If you're squeamish, look away. Look away if you're squeamish. I'm gonna give you a chance. So if you're squeamish, look away. But that was my leg from slicing that bitch open. I don't have any pictures of my arm, but that's the back of my leg. It was pretty.
Age-restricted content.
It was pretty disgusting.
Our content's already.
It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be stitched, but yeah, that's Nasstown.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, it was supposed. Yeah, that was.
Wasn't that with the razor tail?
What time are we looking at?
Yeah, we're at 25.
25.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But yeah,
that was supposed to be stitched.
That's deep,
disgusting.
dude.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah, fucking. We had a lot of fun though, dude.
Oh
Smoked a lot of pot.
yeah, a lot of fun. What else?
I mean, do a short little topic because we're getting ready to take our break. So.
Actually, can we cover the topic that's on there? I've seen it. When you started going to Golden High School.
Oh my god,
What
dude,
about
yes,
me?
I want to talk about this. So,
Well, hurry. Not about 4 minutes.
Non-disclosure. I dropped out. I got my GED. Dylan dropped out.
I dropped out.
I was 4 credits away from graduating.
Everybody dropped out.
Don't drop out 4 credits
Yeah,
away.
don't drop out. It's
not as fun.
diploma is, college is
Better.
great. Go to college. I would recommend it. It's
Ooh, that
definitely
shit
worthwhile.
smells gas.
But so he stopped going to Inglewood, and I think your mom was grilling you about going back to school, and
It was a long story of why I dropped out Inglewood. I'll tell it on the podcast sometime. I was drugged. We'll tell it some other time. I just don't want to get into it right now. But yes,
Okay.
go ahead.
But he ended up coming to and getting enrolled at the Golden High School, and I was still going. And he shows up one day, and what was it, woodworking? You were in my woodworking class.
I was in woodworking, yeah.
And I was just like, yo, what's up? And then, and Trinity Hinkle was going there, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
And, you just stopped showing up after, maybe a week. You were back in high school for a week, and you were done.
It.
And I
remember you coming to
I don't know why. I don't know why. It's such
because there was so many people there, dude.
Inglewood is so fucking small. All together, our freshmen, sophomore, junior, seniors, all together, we had a total of 1,500 kids out of all of us. And in the sophomore class alone in Golden, there was almost
800.
3K. No, there was almost 3Ks. What she told me.
Wow.
There was a lot.
Dude,
of people. There was
lunch,
6 or 7.
When I was working at Domino's at the Philly place, dude,
it was
lunches, bro,
crazy.
we would serve at least 100
bad.
people,
It's
dude.
it was crazy.
It was ridiculous.
But yeah, dude, I don't know
I would
why.
always ditch and go to the fucking. I'd go to woodworking and then ditch and go skate.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I remember meeting up at the skate park a couple times.
Oh.
But I don't know why. That was so funny to me. It was just, I don't know. I guess I might have seen it coming. It was that's funny to me. But it's
There's
just one of
too
those
many
things that I was like, that'd be an interesting little topic.
It is a
That'd be-
topic.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna take our little break here. We're gonna recoup, get something to drink. We'll be back in a second. Okay, so what was the next topic we want to talk about here?
Well, I don't want to go too far into it, but just kind of wanted to take a note and point out one of these short passions I have right now. Spider keeping, tarantulas.
Spider Boy.
Can't get enough of them. Watch them on YouTube.
I fucking don't like
watch
spiders.
those videos on YouTube. It made me want to go out. I went to the local pet store. I got a pink toe tarantula. It was a male. It died, unfortunately.
R.I.P.
And then,
Pink Toe.
R.I.P. Pink
yep,
Toe.
by King of Viki, the
King,
original.
King of Viki. R.I.P.
He's the original king of my room.
R.I.P.
Now I've got a Pulsitherium metallica in
What?
That's what I said.
What?
that's I don't know, in the hobby that's how they kind of say their names.
Yeah, 'cause that's
it's
the actual name of what it is.
it's the Latin name. It's a sapphire Goody tarantula from southern India. It's blue. It's
And those
a
are
blue,
wild in
yeah,
India?
Yeah, they're very endangered, but the pet trade's been keeping them going forever. But they're blue. They're really nice looking. I would suggest looking it up. Just look up sapphire ornamental, and you'll bring up pictures of the tarantula. I spent $300 on that tarantula, and probably about another $150 so far, on just enclosure builds.
That is an expensive spider.
I just recently, I've done her enclosure like 2 or 3 times because mold, ants, and just, you know, getting bigger. I actually have a picture of the enclosure I have now for her. And it's pretty nice looking. I'm pretty satisfied with it, but essentially, man, she's been eating, she's been doing good.
How long have you had it?
I've had her for about 6-7 months. She's coming up on a year, and she's gonna be around.
6-7 months coming up on a year.
Well, okay. Brain doesn't work. Doesn't like to work. I words do good. Okay. But anyway, like, and she's a female, so she's gonna be around for like 30 years.
That's awesome.
So I'm pretty excited
You'll be
about
old when that spider.
Yeah, I'll be like 50 when that spider dies.
Have you ever thought about breeding?
I have, honestly, but I would with her because she's a female, so there's no risk of my spider dying.
Right.
Males usually get eaten, but just, yeah. I mean, all my
Maybe.
life I've been about bugs and all that. And
You have, and dude, I remember even like us chilling, you would pick up a fucking spider that I wouldn't even think
Yeah.
about touching.
The one at there was one at that cemetery. It was like a wolf spider. It was like that big around.
Dude, he
Yo.
picked up this one
It was
spider
on
I
a
would never
thing.
seen before. Had an orange butt, and he just picked that fucking.
I don't like spiders.
you
I
lost
fucking hate
your mind,
spiders.
boy.
I hate spiders. I'm not afraid of spiders, but I don't fucking like them.
see, now I'm afraid of snakes. I'm like Indiana Jones.
I don't mind snakes.
I hate
don't
snakes.
mind
I
snakes.
cannot stand snakes. Do not like
Spiders. I don't like. There's a pretty rare. It's pretty rare that a snake is gonna just start crawling over me when I'm sleeping. A spider will fucking tear me up when I'm sleeping.
spiders.
A snake's not just gonna crawl through a crack.
Yeah, no.
Hey, if you're
okay.
in Florida,
Yeah.
they'll come up through your toilet and go into your butthole.
A snake?
Yeah.
Okay,
They're in the toilets.
That's weird.
I don't think that happens.
What if you just look
They're
down
the type
and
of
there
guy
was a
that'd be
snake
like-
coming up?
Hope there's no snakes in here.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
wanna
snakes,
have
like,
me,
snake, like,
yeah.
yeah, like snakes on a plane or
You'd let
whatever.
that
Yeah.
snake crawl right through his rectum.
No, I'm not gay.
You like that?
Oh, dude. Okay, so
I like women.
way off topic from bugs and snakes and all that, but
Okay.
Yeah, because Josh lost his fucking snake.
you
Dumbass.
lost your snake?
I didn't mind. No. Okay, I lost
And
it.
Oreo found it.
Okay,
Oh,
so
the cat
this
found
is
it.
when I was living with Dad, but I was also in Inglewood a lot too. When
Yeah.
Mom and everybody was still in Inglewood, so I would leave the responsibility to my father to take care of the snake, and I'd leave him like $20 to feed him throughout the week while I'm gone,
Oh, fuck.
right? And then I come back one time after being gone for like a month and a half,
Yeah.
2 months, and I'm like, "What the fuck's Bobo?" Was the name of my snake, and he's
It was
like,
like a corn snake.
"It
Or
should
some
be,
shit.
yeah, it was a corn snake. It should be in there. I don't know what."
This was like a 4-foot
There was
fucking
no
snake,
snake in there,
dude.
and I'm like, dude, like
How do you lose a fucking snake this
Yeah.
long?
There was no snake in there. Actually, I lost it a couple times. Then there was
Yeah, he
another
lost it
time,
more than once.
There was another time that I had Bobo out in the living room, and I was chilling with him, and I got up to take a couple bong rips, and I left him on a blanket on top of the heater, so it's
Here you go.
And dude, I got roasted. I'm so stoned. I
Oh,
sit
you're
at the table, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, snake.
the fucking snake. And I go, and he's not there, and he was gone for like another 2 or 3 months. Dude, and then Oreo just starts hissing one time at the corner, and I'm like, what the
this?
fuck? And she's... I walk over there, dude, and Bobo was in
Rolled
that
up,
corner. And,
coiled
dude,
up.
he was like this big around.
He made
Dude, he ate good. Because
He
fucking
made
Dad's
good.
always had a mouse problem in there. And I'm like, oh, fuck, it's Bobo. And then he was never tame again after that. After he had free range. And then I left again for another couple months. I come back, and I'm like, where's my fucking snake, dude?
Oh,
And
no.
Dad's like...
Should be there.
It should be there. We've done this before. And yeah, dude, that snake is nowhere to be found. And
Lost
I
it.
have
He's gone
still
forever.
yet. I think Dad didn't fucking feed it, and it died,
And you like buried it.
and he got rid of it.
Yeah.
But he says that it got out.
I used to own two
I mean-
snakes, and I've lost my snake.
Did I tell you what happened to my mice? Where are not my mice? I
Wait,
have a
what?
big fear. I have a big fear of mice.
Yeah.
I have a big fear. I don't like mice. There's fuckers can hit going, and they can jump 8 feet in the sky. I'm not about it.
Yeah.
Well, ex-girlfriend at the time was like, "Oh my god, they're so fucking cute. Let's buy a mouse." And I'm like, "No,
No
they're
mouse.
mice." And she didn't even buy pet mice. She bought snake feeding
She bought
mice.
feeder mice?
They were the little fuckers. This big. Oh my god, we can get a ball and he can run on the little wheel and we'll just feed him. We'll feed him and we'll give him little hamster food. I'm like, it's a mouse, not a hamster. Well, it started to stink bad. And
So you got the mouse, I'm assuming.
yeah, we got 2 of them. We got 2
I
of them.
remember this. One had like brown spots or something.
One of the fuckers, we were letting him roll around his cute little fucking ball. And he fucking killed himself. He fucking killed himself somehow. He was rolling around his ball. We come back and the fuckers just upside down twitch. I'm like, well, he dead.
He dead.
And she didn't want to touch. She's like, oh my god, he's fucking dead. So I had to pick that fucker up and eat him in the can. I did him justice. If you're squeamish, don't listen. Just to make sure he was dead. I
shoot him.
I cracked his neck and I killed his neck just to make sure he was dead.
Like,
so what stunk?
No, the shit, I think. I don't know, but the next thing...
You have to clean the cage.
No shit. But okay, now this one was my fault. I did feel kind of bad, right? I don't feel bad about killing animals usually, but I'm a Broncos fan. It was Super Bowl Sunday, Super Bowl 50. We were in the Super Bowl. We won that Super Bowl. We were in the Super Bowl. And I was like, bleh, this shit fucking stinks. So I was like, listen, B, we've got to put this fucking thing outside. Right? He has to air out. It stunk.
Why did you just clean the cage?
I would walk in, I swear to God, walk in and go, because it stunk so fucking bad, man. So I put him outside. I'm like, look, I'll put him out there till halftime. Right? We're all good. Okay, well, Super Bowl happens and it's like winter time. I left him out near my shed. And I was so engaged. It was a good Super Bowl. It was a good Super Bowl. It was a really good Super Bowl. And I just got like you, just boom, Super Bowl engaged. And then fourth quarter, 2-minute warning comes around. She goes, "Where's my mouse?" And I went, "Oh fuck!" I left him outside. I'm like, "Oh, he's outside. We let him out. He's fine." We had like a fucking -3 degree weather that day, and I go outside in his cage, and that little fucker's upside down, literally frozen. He literally was frozen.
Because it's like, most football games are like an hour,
The Super Bowl's like 3 hours. 2 or 3. Yeah, 3 hours. And he froze.
He was probably dead by like halfway through the second quarter. Probably.
Yeah, I froze the mouse to death. And then get this shit. I kid you not, I cannot make this shit up. She goes, "Cup him in your hands and breathe on him to de-thaw him." And I'm like, bitch, it's a
It
fucking...
don't work like that.
Like,
it don't work like that.
It don't work like that. His little heart stopped, and I'm not about to go... like fucking Squidward breathing on the door handle in SpongeBob episode to unthaw. Yeah, to unthaw this mouse. Like, I'm not gonna fucking de-thaw this nasty fucking creature. But I did the same thing. I snapped his neck, and yeah, he was frozen. But no, you're talking about shooting that rat.
Yeah.
I wonder if I have a picture.
That's in one of our vlogs.
It is in one of our vlogs. It is. I talked about the
big
story.
homie can move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I might have the picture.
We need to get that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, we do.
Right? Yeah, just get like a merch website.
I want to start.
Oh, that's so mean.
But the smallest amount of shirts I can make is 500.
I typed rat on Google Photos, and a picture of me and puppy Bailey come up, and the other picture is Kiwi, my little Chihuahua, the day before she died.
On my birthday?
Yeah, the day before she died. That's
I remember I was in school, and Dad tells me, "Yeah, she's fucking dead."
I cried so bad.
Sucks.
Yeah, I did. I lost it. Anyway, it was a big mouse. I'm probably not going to be able to find it, but it was a huge rat.
Yeah, it was massive.
And Akiz fucking kicked him. And I think, here's what happened, right? We've talked about it, but maybe there's a lot of new people, podcast viewers. It had to have been a pet rat. It had to have been. I mean, this thing was at least a foot long. Like, it was a huge, it was a fucking huge rat.
It's one of them New York rats.
Dude, it was one of the biggest rats I've ever seen. And I heard him, and I was like, let's corner him. We got him cornered, and he snuck out. And Akiz wearing steel-toe boots, and he fucking, boof!
I think he probably shit like a small dog.
He kicked that fucking thing into the wall.
Okay.
And I think when Akiz did that, he punctured one of his lungs, and then the rat was in the bathroom and started slowing down to like starting to die. And I heard him start to die. I whipped out the fucking gun and went, shot him in his back, and then I shot him in his skull, and I fucking killed him.
Remember, I was over here. Remember that mouse that was in the chip bag? Weird rustling in the chip bag? And I think Kylie was
That was
over
a
here.
little tiny mouse. Yeah.
Kylie was here.
That was a little tiny mouse.
Yeah, Kylie was here. Trinity was here. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Trinity.
But like, dude, that mouse is in the bag, and you're just like, there's something in the bag, and I kind of lean over to the bag. I don't even think you guys knew about the thing in the bag. I think I was the only one that heard it.
There was something in that bag.
And I just grabbed it, and I was like, I got a mouse, and you guys didn't believe me. And it started moving in the bag. You're like, whoa, there's something in that bag.
Yeah, it was in a bag. I do remember that. But
it was like a Cheeto bag.
The thing I also did remember is like, we were going out to the dog park years ago, and he was like, there was a fucking butterfly. and he just fucking wink. He just did nothing, and he's like, I just caught a butterfly. I'm like, no, the fuck you didn't.
Yeah.
Just shut the fuck up. And he went, whoop, and he went,
The butterfly goes flying out.
and it flew away. He literally just caught it, and he didn't tell them. He's like, I just caught a butterfly. Because I thought he was punching the air. I was like, dude, are you on fucking coke? What are you doing? He's like, I just caught a butterfly. I was like, no, the fuck you didn't. Shut the fuck up.
And I just opened my
And he
hand.
slowly went, and this little butterfly went,
Yeah, pretty much
He
exactly like
started
that
flying
too.
away.
Like I just like opened my hand up like that.
and then he pulled one of the, told you.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
All
Gotcha,
right.
bitch.
I think that is a good spot to stop. End it on a high note. Josh, thank you so much for being
Yes.
on our podcast today. We
Thank
will
you for
have to
having
have
me.
you. We're gonna have to have you. You're welcome. We're gonna have you on another episode. I like talking with you and just hearing about everything in our youth. So, thanks for tuning in to another Trailer Park Podcast. We will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.